we all want a lot of things. We all sort of have an instinctive sense that some things are higher and nobler than other things. That sensual pleasures are good, but they're probably not as valuable as career success. Career success is good, but it's probably not as valuable as friendship and social virtues. Friendship is really good, but it's probably not as noble as wisdom and knowledge, which is probably not as valuable as justice, which is probably not as valuable as holiness. So we all know, I think instinctively, that some values are higher than others. And I think instinctively, we have a sense that the best life is an ardent life, and the kind of thing we hopefully prepare our students for here, is an ardent life where people are reaching upward to discover the higher things. And the problem with resentment is they do not even see the higher things. They have contracted their value system. So the higher things are declared worthless. And Scheller says such people are self-poisoned. And I remember when his first term, Donald Trump, was in France going to the war cemeteries off the Normandy beaches. And you could see he just couldn't understand it. He couldn't understand why anybody would sacrifice their life for a country. He said, those people are suckers. And that's a man who cannot even see the higher virtues that would cause you to want to sacrifice your life for a country. The love of country is higher than self-interest. Donald Trump could never understand John McCain. What drove McCain? Because he believed in those higher virtues. And Donald Trump, who is resentfulness personified, just couldn't quite get that. And what you see on the right, but I think also on the left, is a form of nihilism that believes that whatever is lower is more real. Selfishness, egoism, lust for power, those things are real. Altruism, generosity, honor, integrity, and hospitality, those things are mirages. Ideals are shams that the selfish use to mask their greed. People who are disillusioned by life, who are resentful, who are cynical, they give themselves permission to embrace brutality, saying, we won't go fooled again. It's dog eat dog. If we're going to survive, we need to elect bullies in high places. We need to elect bastards. The last time I was in this room was about a month and a half ago, and a professor named Brian Garstin was teaching a class on how to create a better world. And he started the class with a video on that screen. And one of them was Stephen Miller, the Bush aide, saying, international contracts, those are niceties. But life is about force. Life is about power. And then he had another video Garstin did of Pete Buttigieg saying, no, life is not about force and power. It's about cooperation and friendship and agreement. And you see these two worldviews. Stephen Miller is resentment personified. And in that class, the students went on to debate the Melian dialogue from Thucydides. And in that dialogue, the Athenians say, the strong do what they can and the weak suffer what they must. And that is essentially the position of resentful people who have cut off human values at a middle level.